Hi, we are here. I think this is the start of a new vlog, technically. Hello. It's Tuesday today. I went to Ross today. I got this shirt, for one. Very cute. The bra looks weird. Don't look at the boobs. You're not supposed to be looking at the boobs anyway, but like. I also got a dress, but I don't love how it fits. So we're gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with it. I also got these markers. The lighter ones I think will be useful. The darker ones, it's got a fine tip and a brush tip, so I'm curious to see how it'll go in my notebook. I also have been outlining today. I went to a coffee shop and just kind of outlined today. Had a lot of fun with it. Outlined a few pages. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say 4 because these 2 are half pages. I also was looking over some new structures. I thought I wanted to do a different one. There's one that's called like the 7-act structure. I started writing it down, but like I'm not in love with it. I feel like it's missing a lot of steps. Like it starts with the backstory, the catalyst, the big event, the midpoint, the crisis, the climax, and the realization. I feel like it just is missing. Like I feel like that might be a good structure for like fantasy novels perhaps, or something of that nature. I will say I found both of these. Well, the other one is Save the Cat. We all know and love Save the Cat. But I found these breakdowns on Pinterest, but I also went to what it was linked to. And it was the act is called April.editorial. I don't know what they really share, but I found their breakdown of both of these act structures on Pinterest. For those of you who want more, like, you know, what I'm kind of going by, like I said, the 7-act structure isn't kind of really what I'm doing. I don't like it. Like I said, the backstory, so what haunts the main character, the catalyst, what gets them moving in the morning, part of the setup, the big event, what changes the character's life, which to me, I don't know if the big event, and it just doesn't like the phrasing. I just don't love it. 4, the midpoint, the point of no return. The crisis is 5. The low point forces the decision that leads to the climax, which is the climax, the final face-off between the character and opposition, and the realization when your character/reader notices how much they've changed. It just feels very like you're missing things in the middle of it. I don't know. I didn't like it. So I do love Save the Cat, and I really liked how, I think their name is April. I really liked how April wrote it out, so I felt like it was a little bit easier to absorb for me personally this time around. I feel like I always use this Save the Cat method. There's another one that I use. I don't know what it's called. I don't know who invented it. That I also really enjoy. I did not write it in this book. Hang on, but it is in this notebook. The one that I like that I'm not using, Homeland, theme stated, Catalyst 1, reactive phase, Catalyst 2, proactive phase, Catalyst 3, climax, final image. And for the original Teaching the Teacher's Pet outline, the Homeland was Maisie is working on her math problems with her friends with her, so it's kind of like the setting established. Theme stated. Catalyst number 1, Maisie's in the most likely twos and Connor needs her as a tutor. Reactive phase, Maisie begrudgingly helps tutor Connor only if he'll give her love advice. Catalyst 2, as the two hang out more, Maisie realizes she has feelings for him. Obviously, Catalyst 2 is typically a like one plot beat event, but that one, obviously, as they hang out more, she realizes that's more than one singular plot beat. Proactive phase, they start to have a normal, nice relationship, getting closer. You know, Maisie's kind of more accepting of Connor and, you know, receptive of Connor. Catalyst 3, Connor pushes her away in front of his friends, saying he doesn't really know her, which is not what happened in the final book, but that's how I initially have it drafted. Climax, after realizing her old ways, she's outgrown them. She breaks up with her boyfriend. Connor apologizes, grandly asking to homecoming, final image, pictures before the dance with their parents present. That's kind of how I used that one. Like I said, I don't know where it came from. I don't know what it's called. But then Save the Cat from this Pinterest from April editorial. We have opening image, which is the reader's first impression. We have the setup, which hints at where the main character is in life and what might be missing. 3, theme stated, subtly lets readers in on the lesson that the main character will learn by the end. 4, the catalyst, something that shakes up the main character's world and leads them on a journey to change. 5, the debate, which is the main character hesitating, trying to turn back, debating about turning back. Break into 2, the main character decides to go for, whatever they were debating on. 7, the B story, it's a subplot that sticks to the theme and helps the main character reach their goal. I feel like I always really struggled with the idea and concept of the B story, which is like a subplot that ties into the book. I always struggled like how to make it connect to the main plot of the romance, but a subplot that sticks to the theme, which is the theme stated, and helps the main character reach their goal, I feel like is like a really great way to look at it. I don't know, I feel like that for some reason it just clicked a little bit easier in my brain when I read that. 8, the fun and games. Readers see the main character either thriving or struggling. 9, the midpoint. False victory or false defeat that moves the story forward in a major way. So for Teaching the Teacher's Pet, what would have been the midpoint? Alex ditching Maisie at the Wallflower Diner. Maybe? 10, bad guys close in. Tension builds. Main character's fears or misbeliefs are taking over. 11, all is lost. Something happens to put main character at rock bottom. 12, Dark Night of the Soul. The main character is at a total loss and spirals to their lowest point before an epiphany circles them back to the theme. And then for like fraternizing, I don't know why I was going to use that as an example, just because like fraternizing with the enemies, Dark Night of the Soul is so prominent and so obvious. For Maisie, I think she talks to her mom at her Dark Night of the Soul. And then 13, break into 3, the main character decides to take what they learned and put it into action. 14, the finale, they confront their fears and apply the lessons they learned and circle back that theme stated. Final image shows main character's new life having accepted the theme stated aspect. And yeah, I've always liked the Save the Cat plot structure. I feel like that one has always kind of resonated with me in terms of like thinking of my chapter analyses. I don't know. When I think about chapter structure, how to order my chapters, I usually go back to Save the Cat. I was gonna try a new plot structure for this book, but I just do love Save the Cat too much. This page, I was kind of just like playing around with like how book 1 and book 2, they're grouped together in like a similar way. Like they have a similar theme-ish, but I also feel like they're polar opposites in terms of tone, which will make more sense when we get closer to like actually explaining what these books are about and who these books are about. So like book 1, I have it written that love breaks her world apart, and book 2, love helps him build something new. It's like taking two. I just think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work well. So that's what that page is. And this page, I am starting the outlining process, where I am kind of taking the Save the Cat structure and breaking it down by opening image and explaining how I envision the opening image in my book. I am kind of nervous to be starting that, actually. I don't really want to, because it's like putting pen to paper just feels so concrete that I'm like, am I ready? Do I know my story enough to actually start outlining it? We'll see. I think that's what I'm going to be sitting down and doing right now. Your battery is flashing, so I really need to charge you. But I also want to, so like the pages I wrote today, I didn't use any highlighters or anything, so I want to take my markers and kind of like play around with some doodles, I think. $6.99 for these markers. Very nice. So I will go ahead and charge you. But yeah, feeling good. Today is the 20th. Today's the 21st. What happened to the 20th? Where did that go? Today's the 21st. So that means we have 10 days until the last day of the month. And the last day of the month is when everything needs to be finalized so I can hit the ground running. I really wanted to have both books outlined by the end of the month. I don't know if that'll happen. I don't do like a huge in-depth outline, but I do not know my book 2 enough, to be honest. So we'll just need some more brainstorming sessions. Okay, happy Friday. I'm going to keep this clip a little bit on the shorter side just because I do need to edit it in time for today's upload. I'm trying to think of what happened in this vlog so I can summarize it into like a actual upload, like post. We're currently at 4 reviews on Amazon. I don't know if you'll be able to post your reviews yet. If you can, hopefully. But if you haven't read it yet, the link is in the description if you want to go give it a check out. It's free in Kindle Unlimited. I don't know what I want to say. It's early. It's like 8 o'clock. I'm tired. This book went through so much. You all know that. For those of you who've been here for the past 2 years, probably, you know that. We really tried with this book. I feel like you saw me, go through the highs and lows with this book. So the fact that it's out in the world is kind of crazy. Like, it doesn't kind of feel real, to be honest. And it doesn't feel real that the Most Likely To series is over. Officially, now it's over. It's done. No more. I'm very excited for what's going to come next. So far, people seem to be enjoying the Fraternizing with the Enemy. We did get our first 3-star review. They're kind of quicker than when they normally come in, so I was a little bit surprised. But, people will like it, people will hate it. People will say this is what I was expecting, this wasn't what I wanted. When you write a book, you have to be proud of it first and foremost. You have to be the first person to give it a 5-star. And I gave it a 5-star. I was proud of it. I am proud of it. I look at that book and I see all of my hard work, not from just that book, but from the series as a whole. My first ever series like that was truly interconnected like that. And I see all the things that I tried to do. Maybe I didn't hit the mark exactly, but I, did it in a way that I still felt like I was proud of it. And that's the thing with any book that you publish, you have to give your 110%, and then you just have to know, you know what? This was my 110%. People won't like it, but that's okay because I do. And that's okay. My worth doesn't come from a book that I published, neither should yours. And that is something I have had to learn. We'll get the 1-star review, we'll get someone saying this is the worst book they've ever read, but it's okay because I'm so proud of it. Reading is subjective anyway. Is there anything else I wanted to say? What's next week? Next week, I am starting, I'm continuing to outline the next book series, the next 2-book series. 2-book series. Like is a duet. I'm starting to outline the duet by the Save the Cat outline. So that's really great. Like I said, I really had wanted to have both books plotted by the end of the month. Today's the 24th, so we are quickly running out of time. It's fine. I have these next few days off, so that's really great. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being here over the years and being supportive. If this is your first time seeing my channel, thank you for watching. Hopefully you stick around. Yeah, I think that's all I got to say to this vlog. I'm Sarah Sutton. I'm an indie author of 13 sweet romance books, and I'll see you next time. Bye.